The 92-year-old Parliament House, also known as Sansad Bhavan, is home to the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The foundation stone of the building was laid on February 12, 1921 by the Duke of Connaught. Designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens and Sir Herbert Baker, it took 6 years to be constructed and at a cost of Rs 83 lakh. It was opened on January 18, 1927 by the then Governor-General Lord Irwin. The building has a diameter of 560 feet and covers nearly 6 acres. At its center is the Central Hall, where the transfer of power took place when India gained independence from the British. This was also where the Constituent Assembly of India had its sittings, and it currently hosts joint sessions of the Parliament. The present Rajya Sabha chamber was designed for the Council of State of the British Indian Government and the Lok Sabha chamber for the Legislative Assembly. The Chamber of Princes is now Library Hall. The chambers are connected by the first floor veranda supported by 144 cream-coloured columns made of sandstone. The Supreme Court of India functioned from the Chamber of Princes after it was inaugurated on January 28, 1950, till it moved to the present building in 1958. And revamping the circular building, the latest of which was brought up by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Hello everyone. Today we have gathered here to witness the proceedings of the Parliament. Surprised, aren't you? I'll tell you. Today we have a mock Parliament session to give you an insight about the procedure and proceedings of the Parliament. Generally, we do not read much about the Parliament in the newspapers until there is a clash between the ruling party and the opposition members or when there is a budget session. But in fact, the Parliament is the temple of democracy. The Constitution of India that came into effect on 26 January 1950 provides for the Indian Parliament consisting of a President and two of the houses known as the Council of States or Rajya Sabha and the House of People or Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha is known as the upper house and Lok Sabha the lower house. Rajya Sabha consists of more than 250 members including 12 members nominated by the President. The Lok Sabha consists of representatives directly elected by the people and the maximum number of seats envisaged by the Constitution is 552 members including 2 members nominated by the President, and these are Anglo-Indians. Anglo-Indians are the mix of British and Indian descent. Following the first general elections held in India after independence in 1952, the Lok Sabha met for the first time on 13th May 1952.
And now I would like to call upon Chakradhar to brief you the working of Parliament.
Thank you, Revati. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I will be giving you some information about the Parliament, the houses of the Parliament, that is, the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, and some more information about the presiding officers of the Parliament. The main function of the Parliament is to make laws. A bill has to be passed by both the houses and signed by a president before it becomes a law. The subjects over which the Parliament can legislate are banking, current affairs, currency and coinage, foreign affairs, income tax, etc. So let's discuss about the presiding officers of the Parliament. In the Lok Sabha, the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker are elected for commensal members, while in the Rajya Sabha, the President is the ex-official chairman. The Indian Parliament consists of two houses, namely the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, and the Indian Parliament has a very important role to play in the Constitution. The role of the administration is to make laws, to control, guide, and inform the government, and the executive is further divided into 3 types: the Prime Minister, President, and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is appointed by the President, and the President is elected by the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and the Council of Ministers is elected by the Prime Minister.
Each house consists of 2 leaders, one of the opposition party and one of the ruling party. Now I'll tell you the layout of the Parliament. Here sits the Speaker, in front of the Speaker sits the Lok Sabha Secretariat. To the right of the Speaker sits the ruling party, and to the left of the Speaker sits the opposition party. The Constitution of India India meet thrice every year. First in the budget session, that is from February to May, and second in the monsoon session, that is from July to August, and third in the winter session, that is in November and December. And in these sessions, there are 4 types of question asked. First is the start questions. In these questions, the answers are told orally, and in second is the unstart question. In these type of questions, the answers are seen to be made on the table. And third are these short notice questions. These are just like start questions but followed by consecutive questions. And then are private questions. These questions are asked individually to the candidates. Now Chakrata, please tell our friends the working of marshals.
Yeah, sure. The marshals have a very important role to play in the parliament. They secure the speaker and act like a computer that has the access and have all the information visuals that happen in the parliament.
About the speaker who serves for a term of 5 years, the speaker is selected by the members of ruling or coalition party based on her works includes in administering the oath of office to the members. The speaker symbolizes the dignity of the parliament.
Now, since we have gone through all these questions, I think Revati, we have given good information about the parliament and its contribution.
Yes, exactly. A good information. So let's move on to the next level of today's activity, that is mock parliament in session. Here we go. Thank you.
मान्य मंत्रियों, मान्य अध्यक्ष महोदय,
With a heavy heart, today I have to tell all the members of the House that recently one of the member in Parliament, Mr. Arun Jaitley, passed away on August 24, 2019. He was an ex-finance minister as well as a great socialist.
Arun Jaitley, our ex-finance minister, is a social attorney and a political leader. He served as Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs. He oversaw the introduction of Goods and Service Tax (GST), demonetization of 1,000 and 500 notes. The nation lost one of a great men on 24th August 2019. I feel very sad that I had lost one of my hand.
Arun Jaitley was a great man irrespective of party. He worked a lot to improve the living standards of people by implementing new policies. And then he was a great socialist. His demise is a great loss to our country.
Please stand for a moment for the departed soul. Now, Secretary General will announce oath or affirmation.
Srimati Pooja Kumari, who stands elected from Visakhapatnam constituency of Andhra Pradesh, will now take oath or affirmation. Madam, would you like to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath?
Sanskrit, please. अहम पूजा कुमारी राजपुरोहित लोकसभाया सदस्यत्वेन निर्वाचित निश्चयेन परमेश्वरस्य नामन्सपे यदा विधिनां स्थापितुं भारतस्य संविधानं प्रति सत्यां श्रद्धां निष्ठा चादरिष्ये यदा भारतस्य संपूर्ण प्रभुत्व संपन्न अखंडतां चरिष्ये अहम उद्यता अस्मि तस् कर्तव्य प्रभुत्व कनर्वश्ये अहम मम कर्तव्यं प्रति संपूर्ण निष्ठावान भविष्यामि. धन्यवादम.
Now, Honorable Prime Minister will introduce new ministers to the House.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am very glad to introduce our new Tribal Welfare Minister, Mr. Geetesh Kumar. And Minister of Ayush, Ms. Sharmila. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Now, 0 hour starts. Honorable Opposition Member, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is the first time ever in India the state capitals are bifurcated. There are 28 states and 9 union territories in India. No other state or union territory follows decentralizing the capital. Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, who is elected as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, compares AP state with South African states. The people of YSR Congress Party are neglecting the people of Amravati. There are many people who've attempted suicides and died. And still the farmers of Tuluru and Mandadam are fighting with the government for the justice. In the year 2014, when Telugu Desam Party came into existence, they spent nearly 1 lakh crore rupees for the development of capital city Amaravati, and even took 53,000 acres of land for the construction of Amaravati. And today, YSR Congress Party wants to waste the money of the people. How can this be justified? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Member, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and honorable members of the Parliament. There are so many benefits with decentralizing of the capitals. And before that, I would like to ask the honorable member that in a city, can we develop one building or one street and leave the other? In the same way, is developing one particular part of the state and leaving the other. Is it justified? Before bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh state, all the central departments established with only Hyderabad state. As a result, after bifurcating, Andhra Pradesh state left with debts and deficits. So that CM of Andhra Pradesh took the decision decentralizing of the state capitals. As a result, complete state can be developed. Present Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Mr. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy said that coastal city Visakhapatnam, which has infrastructure, could be considered as judicial capital, and Kurnool can be considered as executive capital, and Amravati is legislature capital. And the benefits for decentralizing of the state capitals are, first of all, corporate system will be developed and employment rate will be increased, security of jobs and standard of living will be increased. There will be industrial developments and exports will be more and turnover of the capital will be used. Educational system will be developed. Every child will get educational opportunities in both private and government schools. And local governance will be better. By decentralizing of the state capitals, every capital city will get more funds from the government. And every capital city tourism will be improved. Railways and airways will be improved. Mr. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy said that the earlier Telugu Desam Party had bought in a grand design of a capital city developing the 53,000 acre of land with the cost of rupees 1 lakh crore. But our priorities are so different. From the time YSR Congress Party has taken the power in the state, the fate of Amravati, the world-class capital conceived by TDP government Chief Minister Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is uncertain. Legislature's Affair Minister Mr. Buggana Rajendranath said that government decided to enact a new legislation for decentralization of all regions in the state for ensuring the balanced and inclusive growth of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Now, question hour starts. Question number 101.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Agriculture be pleased to state the details of measures taken and schemes launched to solve the farmers' distress and to prevent the farmers committing suicides even though they have agriculture holdings? Though the precautions were taken, why the farmers' suicides are increasing in India? I just question the government, what actions are taken by the government for schemes to improve the life of farmers?
Honorable Agriculture Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker and respected members of the Parliament. The express reason in order the importance of farmer suicide were debt, alcohol addiction, apartly prorogation, ircultivable land, natural calamities,
increased cost of cultivation, private money lenders, use of chemical fertilizers, family problems and stress, etc. I would like to say is, government is not the problem for farmer suicides, as many privileges are given to the farmers to decrease the farmer suicides in India. Green Revolution and White Revolution aim to increase the productivity in agriculture sector. Not only that, the cooperative banks are giving the loans at less interest. And the Government of India built the Food Security Act to meet the demand of storage of food. Not only that, the Government of India had introduced the modern methods to increase the productivity in agriculture sector. Our Pradhana Mantri Narendra Modi, who kept the Kisan scheme for the farmers to decrease the farmer suicides in India. And in India, 14.5 crore people it was taxed. And in India, 14 crore people are receiving 6,000 rupees. Not only that, the Government of India giving 3,000 rupees to every farmer who are above the 60 years old. And not only that, the Government of India giving the free vaccines to the cattle like buffaloes, cows, goats, etc. As many privileges are taken by the government, how can be the farmer suicides can increase in India? I would like to ask our opposition member not to come in a negative conclusion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 102.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Finance be pleased to state the details of long-term benefits expected out of the implementation of GST in the country and the effective steps taken by the government to sort out these issues and ensure speedy implementation of GST in the country?
Honorable Finance Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. GST implementation process was started in July 2017. Once fully implemented and linked with direct taxes, goods and service tax would benefit the economy, help to bring in transparency, make small businesses strong and create more employment, and it also reduces the tax burden for the common man. And it removes the cascading effect of taxes in the economy as well as promoting the free movement of goods across the states, thereby creating one nation, one market and one tax. I repeat, one nation, one market and one tax. And yes, the steps were taken. The last date for filing the outward supplies in the form of GSTR1 and that form of GSTR3B has been extended from time to time for the benefit of taxpayers. An IT grievance redressal committee has been put in place to address the difficulties faced by the people. And awareness campaigns such as seminars has been conducted at the workshops and open houses etc. to create awareness in the people. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? Mr. Srivenu, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Will the Honorable Minister of Finance will be pleased to state, if GST and its implementations are so great, why the government revenue is falling quarter by quarter?
Honorable Finance Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, I would like to ask the Honorable Opposition members, पौधे को बोने से पहले ही आप फल के बारे में कैसे सोच रहे हैं, उसी तरह जीएसटी के पूर्ण कार्यान्वयन के पहले ही आप उसके परिणामों के बारे में कैसे सोच रहे हैं। माननीय प्रतिपक्ष लोग, आपसे निवेदन है कि आप इतनी जल्दी निष्कर्ष तक मत पहुंचिए। And during the process of implementation, we may face some troubles, but after the complete implementation of GST, we can see our India in top position in the world. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any more supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 103.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Environment will be pleased to state that industrial air pollutants are affecting trees, particularly mango trees. I repeat, particularly mango trees and even vegetation. If so, whether any efforts have been done on this regard? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Environment Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes, the measures were taken by the government to check the industrial air pollutants before releasing into the environment and to save the vegetation. The Environment Protection Act,
that was enacted by the Government of India under the Article 253, which aims in protecting the environment. This Environment Protection Act is an advancing air measurement technology and an instrument with which we can know the air quality of a place. Many industries that were releasing their harmful industrial air pollutants were asked to treat or neutralize before they release into the environment. And many industries were asked to cease, and severe actions were taken on such industries. And even efforts like planting more than 12 crore saplings in the last 5 years, and a satellite-based mechanism was also developing to monitor the areas under the green cover. Of course, the government is doing its best to reduce the pollution in the environment. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? Mr. Girida, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Will the Honorable Minister of Environment be pleased to state that if the government is taking such precautions, then why the places like Delhi are suffering from air pollution?
Honorable Environment Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I completely support the question asked by the opposition member, but there is a general improvement in the Delhi's air quality over the past 3 years. The government has allocated 10 crore rupee to each city of 1 million population, and the government has set up pollution control boards in all the states, and even over 56,000 machines were sanctioned to the states of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Haryana to the farmers regarding the crop residue burning, and even 500 compressed natural gas buses, 300 compressed natural gas stations and many more metro stations, electric vehicles have been sanctioned to all the states. Delhi will take less time than Beijing, the capital of China, to improve its air quality. Delhi will take less time, and if India's track record is much better when compared to US and China regarding the carbon emission per person. This is completely because of human negligence. The nature can take care of needs of everybody, but not the greeds of everybody. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any more supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 104.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Rural Development be pleased to state whether the government has received any complaints regarding the misuse of Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act in Punjab? If so, the details thereof. And the government has conducted any inquiry or taken any action against the officials and the misuse of MNREGA funds.
Honorable Rural Development Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker and respected members of the Parliament. Basically, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act MNREGA, which was passed in 2005, was kept for the people in rural areas who don't have any work for some days. I repeat, it was kept for people in rural areas who don't have any work for some days. Actually, we didn't receive any complaint regarding the misuse of MNREGA funds.
Members, please sit down.
And also irregularities under MNREGA. So, if we receive any complaint regarding this issue, then we will take certain measures. Because every rupee of a citizen is even important to us, so even we will not waste the money of the citizen. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? Ms. Tejashree, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I can't understand how the Minister of Rural Development can say they did not receive any complaints. And there are a bunch of complaints regarding the misuse of MNREGA in the articles of newspapers.
Honorable Rural Development Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, I can't understand how the Honorable Opposition Member can speak in this way. We have already solved the cases which our Honorable Opposition Member showed in the newspaper articles. Not only that, we even have the proofs that we solved those cases. Not only that, we implemented Yes GSY. I repeat, Yes GSY, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana for rural employment. So, Madam Speaker, then how the Honorable Opposition Member can show the cases now and raise such a question on ruling party? So, Madam Speaker, I can say that all the cases in that newspaper articles are solved. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any more supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 105.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Education Minister will be pleased to state that I would like to request the Honorable Education Minister to clarify the government's stand on the new examination scheme adopted by CBSE for Class 10 for the year 2018 to 2019. This has created stress among the students as well as the parents. So, Madam Speaker, I would like to know that what are the steps taken by the government to overcome the stress of the students. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Education Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker, and the respected members of the Parliament. With a view to boost creative, critical, and analytical thinking among the students, the Central Board of Secondary Education would introduce major changes in the pattern of question paper for 10 to 12 by 2023. केंद्रीय माध्यमिक शिक्षा परिषद ने 2019 से 2020 सत्र के लिए 10वीं और 12वीं कक्षा के पैटर्न में बदलाव किए हैं। अब हर विषय के पेपर में 1 नंबर 25% बहुविकल्पी प्रश्न होंगे। सोमवार को केंद्रीय मानव संशोधन मंत्री रमेश पोखरियाल निशंक ने कहा कि छात्रों की ग्रहण सोच, रचनात्मक, तार्किक क्षमता, विश्लेषणात्मक सोच को बढ़ाने के लिए 2019 से 2020 सत्र के लिए 10वीं और 12वीं कक्षा के पैटर्न में बदलाव किए हैं। वहीं जिन विषयों में प्रैक्टिकल नहीं होता है उनमें इस बार इंटरनल असेसमेंट 20 अंकों का होगा। बता दें कि 2020 में होने वाली 10वीं कक्षा परीक्षा में भी ये बदलाव लागू होगा। इसके संबंध में भी कुछ दिनों पहले सर्कुलर भी जारी किया था। By implementing the CBSE curriculum, a child will have a pressureless education and the stress on children will also be reduced a lot. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? Miss Monica, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today, school-going children are suffering with books burden. How does CBSE curriculum reduce this problem among children? What actions were taken by the government regarding this issue? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Education Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker, and the respected members of the Parliament. The government took countless initiatives to uplift the education sector. Indeed, it is not always possible for the schools and also the teachers to maintain a track on the ongoing education sector. That is why we have created a precise list of all the initiatives that were brought into play in 2018 are ensure all school children be able to read by November 14. BRICS nations have adopted New Delhi Declaration on Education resolving inclusive and equitable education to promote lifelong learning opportunities. Vidya Lakshmi Scheme. I repeat, Vidya Lakshmi Scheme. National Education Commission 1964 to 1966, popularly known as Kothari Commission, was set up by the Government of India. Examine all the aspects of the education in India like curriculum, method of teaching, women education, evaluation, enrollments, etc. And the great 10+2+3 pattern, later it was changed to 8+3+3 pattern to reduce the burden on children. GO number 17, which regularized the books burden on children, and the school bags of the children should not be more than 1 kilogram. In some states, like Andhra Pradesh, it had already came to existence that every Saturday is no bag day from the year 2019. The Central Board of Secondary Education has directed schools affiliated to it to ensure students do not carry bags till class 2. And the government has taken various initiatives to reduce the curriculum load and books burden on children. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any more supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 106.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Defence be pleased to state the impact of surgical strike in India? This was the immediate decision which was taken by our Defence Minister and Prime Minister without informing to the public. If any consequences occurred and if Pakistan declared war against us,
Not only the defense minister or prime minister, but the whole country will suffer from it. How the government can justify this surgical strike? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Defense Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and respected members of the Parliament. Surgical strike means a sudden attack on our opponents. Maybe respected opposition members may not understand this.
Members, please sit down. Please sit down. Please maintain dignity of the Parliament.
Surgical strike is not an indication of war. It is the pride of India and Indian Army. I repeat, it is the pride of India and Indian Army. Until 2016, we suffer with so many border skirmishes, attacks on civilians, attacks on armed bases, hijacking flags, and many others. Until 2016, we stood on our country's democratical idea, and we took this surgical strike decision on 28-29 September 2016. I repeat, 28-29 September 2016. We took this surgical strike decision to show the power of Indian Army against our opponents. Respected opposition members, it is not an action of a defend homes or a prime minister. This is an action of counter-attack of Indians against our opponents. As a defense minister, I really justify and stand on my decision about this sudden surgical strike. Respected opposition member, a small child can also understand this.
Members, please maintain silence. Please maintain dignity of the Parliament.
And you're thinking that it is an action of government. Yes, it is an action of government which increases the patriotic spirit and restores the dignity of India when innocent Indians have lost their lives and in many attacks. As a defense minister, I proudly and I can say that this surgical strike will definitely increase the pride of India and Indian Army. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I completely support and appreciate our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi and Defence Minister for such a diplomatic triumph. Surgical strike is a strategic strike in which only intended targets are destroyed and no harms are caused to the Pakistan or public property. Our Indian Army wiped out terror launch pads across line of control and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Third largest force in the world, Indian Army is not only about might but also bringing pride to the nation. We are proud of our Indian Armed Forces. They have once again exhibited exemplary courage by destroying the anti-Indian designs. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 107.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Railway please to state? We have been seeing many complaints from different parts of the railway zones regarding the low quality of food which is supplied by IRCTC, Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation and different private pantry cars. I would like to know what are the steps taken by the government regarding this issue.
Honorable Railway Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker, and respected members of the Parliament. In order to bring a comprehensive change in the food services on trains, Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation has installed audits in various passenger trains. Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation has installed CCTV cameras. I repeat, CCTV cameras in all the kitchens under its management with the provision of the CCTV cameras. The kitchen can be viewed live through the dashboards and passengers can get a real-time information. Indian Railway currently runs on 400 pantry cars in long distance across various countries, out of which only 30% of pantry cars are reportedly in bad condition. Madam Speaker, of course, we are trying to improve them. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 108.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development be pleased to state that today women's security is a big question because from the last 5 years, domestic violence, exploitations and other threats to the women are increasing. There are 5,86,314 cases from 2015 to 2019 which are reported attacks on women. So, Madam Speaker, what are the measures taken by the Ministry of Women and Child Development for such cases like Nirbhaya and Disha? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Women and Child Development Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker, and the respected members of the Parliament. As one of the opposition members stated, that is absolutely correct. But we are taking severe actions on the spot, and we are taking up new schemes to protect the women from domestic violence, etc. To bring awareness among the men and change their mindset on women, we are conducting awareness campaigns at many places of the country. I repeat, we are conducting awareness campaigns at many places of the country. The severe punishments are given to the people for such actions on women. For example, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 by Section 498A, the Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, the Immoral Traffic Act 1956, the Sexual Harassment on Women at Workplace Act 2013, and etc. The organizations like NCW, Nation Commission for Women, RMK, Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, and she teams are arranged. And recently, in 2019, we have taken another rule, that is, police jeeps are arranged to pick up the women at late night times and drop at their houses. Madam Speaker, the cases of women are decreasing year by year because the government is taking many preventive measures to stop women harassments. As a woman, I am proud to say that the government is taking many preventive measures to stop women harassments. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 109.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Information Technology will be pleased to state. Nowadays, children are playing video games like Free Fire, PUBG, Pokemon Go, etc. By playing these games, they are wasting their time. Many children are addicting to like these games and becoming victims. And in some cases, they are committing suicide. So, what are the actions and precautions taken by the government on these issues?
Honorable Information Technology Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker and respected members of the Parliament. There are special departments appointed by the Government of India and state also. These are made to control on this issue. The actions will be suspected by the evidences. The offensive message can be sent directly to the official website of the cybercrime and the actions will be taken accordingly. The issue which has been raised by our opposition leader is true and more prevalent today. According to IT Act notified on 17th October 2000, our ministry deals with cybercrime and electronic commerce. We provide legal framework for e-governance by giving recognition to electronic records and digital signature. Madam Speaker, how can you expect the games which are released into the world could affect the people? Since this has been occurring in our society, the cybercrime of India have took this into their account. But it did not ban the games like PUBG because it is technically difficult to ban all the sources from where the game is available unless the creator or the parental company retrieves the game from circulation or administers some restrictions. Parental awareness is also required to children access to it. PUBG's rate in India has been no less than a roller coaster for the game being blamed. Teens were also even jailed in many states like Gujarat and... Sorry, Madam Speaker. I have a question for opposition leader. Is still Blue Whale game being played in our country? No. This proves the government is working properly. When we compare these two games, Blue Whale game is created to cause issues in our society.
Please sit down. Please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. But the PUBG creator does not expect this response from the society. In addition to this, problems in these days on these games were reduced and the public were in control. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 110.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology please to be stated? Why government is spending more money on space expeditions? Government spent nearly 1,000 crores of money on Chandrayaan 2 and 64 million crores of money on Mangalyaan. In this, Chandrayaan 2 was failed. Instead of spending this money on space research. Why can't the government can spend this money on agricultural development, etc.? If we spend this money on education, there will be no illiterates by 2024. If we spend this money on health, there will be no deaths due to harmful diseases. If we spend this money on agriculture, there will be no deaths due to starvation, drought, etc. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Science and Technology Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and the respected members of the Parliament. First of all, I'd like to say that science is a big deal to understand, and maybe honorable opposition members may not understand.
Please sit down, please maintain dignity of the Parliament. Please continue.
Madam Speaker, through you, I'd like to clarify, honorable opposition member, that government is also spending money on many other different sectors. The union budget announced by the Government of India says that 1,30,485 crore rupees were allocated for agriculture sector, 62,659.12 crore rupees were allocated for health sector, and many more. Space programs not only develop the remote sensing capabilities but also help in mapping the soil for the availability of water, mapping agricultural land, mapping the density of fishes in the ocean, and definitely help the country by accurate weather predictions, disaster and landslide monitoring, tele-education, telemedicine, and many more. Through space programs, India can reap lots of commercial benefits and further industrialize the Indian society. Space programs also had a greater say in the defense sector. Surgical strikes led by our Indian soldiers on the terrorist camps across the line of control were ably assisted and facilitated by metallic birds flying high in the sky, unseen by Pakistanis, and at least half a dozen satellites helped prepare and execute them. Through space programs, India is now among the elite of the world, and this will definitely reduce the cynical impressions that other countries have on us and give a positive vibe. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 111.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare will be pleased to state that 32.8% of Indian population was below the poverty line. These people depend on government hospitals for their treatment. Many times they go to hospital with one disease and coming back infected with other diseases like malaria, dengue, etc. This is due to inadequate sanitation and improper quality of care provided. For example, nearly 109 children have died in government hospital of Rajasthan. 1.6% million Indians have died due to poor quality of care provided. So, Madam Speaker, I demand an explanation that what are the remedies taken by the government to reduce the death rates and stop infected diseases. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Health and Family Welfare Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker, and the respected members of the Parliament. The precautions taken by our government hospitals are, we are providing many schemes like Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana is a government-run health insurance program for the Indian poor, and it aims to provide the health insurance coverage for the unrecognized sector workers who are working below the poverty line, and their family members is also be beneficiaries. Madam Speaker, we are also increasing the GDP on the healthcare spending to 1.5 to 2.5% of its GDP, and to develop the all-Indian public healthcare service, Madam Speaker. And Ayushman Bharat Yojana, I repeat, Ayushman Bharat Yojana is a national scheme that was implemented by our Pradhan Mantri, and this scheme covers over 5 lakh rupees for all the poor people, Madam Speaker. So by implementing these all schemes, Madam Speaker, we are also trying to reduce the death rates, and we are also providing the good quality of medicines for the poor people. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Question number 112.
Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister of Coal and Mining be pleased to state that there has been recent statistics saying that more than 50% of coal have been extracted from the coal mines available in India. Over-extraction of coal causing pollution of natural resources, landsliding, deforestation, etc. There is a proof of illegal mining in Singareni and Kolar goldfields.
Members, please maintain silence.
Madam Speaker, I would like to know the preventive measures taken by the government on these issues. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Coal and Mining Minister, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Honorable Speaker, and the respected members of the Parliament. The statement which is given by the opposition leader is absolutely correct, and I agree with the statement. But government is implementing this practice for the welfare of the people and to develop the country. As we know that India is a developing country, it needs to develop in all the aspects, especially industrially. So, developing industrially needs coal and petroleum. This is the reason behind increasing mining practice in our country. So, government is taking many measures to reduce illegal mining practice in our country, such as the State Mineral Policy 2013 is in place and the dam mining policy is also part of it. Comprehensive rules, namely under the Section 23C of Mines Mineral Development Regularization Act is in place. I repeat, under the Section 23C of MMDR Act is in place. Special investigation team under the supervision of DIG is formed to investigate and initiate actions against illegal mining in our country. The Mines and Mineral Act 2013 and the Areas Mineral Act 2002 was also implemented. These are some of the measures taken by our Indian government to reduce illegal mining practice in our country, and these are the evidences which are showing that illegal mining is reducing yearly. And this graph which indicates that illegal mining is reducing yearly. So, Madam Speaker, through you I say that government is very confident with clear hand and it is trying to reduce illegal mining practice in our country. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementaries? No more supplementaries. Now House is adjourned for next session.